First hand position we're going to take a look at is the iron bone hand. In the Bubishi, it's called the iron bone hand. In the picture, it's pictured just like this. Now the iron bone would slip right up underneath. Now the benefit to this, as you can see, it goes right behind the jaw, fits in nicely. What we want to do is we want to carry through the target. So coming up underneath, boom, we'll take the person very quickly on the floor. Now there are actually ancient martial arts like White Crane Kung Fu that will come out into that posture, and there's a very distinct motion. So when I'm striking stomach 9, I'm going to strike on large intestine 18 for the safety. But when I strike, my thumb is going to actually come in and down to cause the effect. Okay, from a closed position, just coming up underneath is going to really bring the person down. Also, from a grappled situation, I don't have to, again, pull my hand back to get strength to come in. It's a very easy push, which will just take the person right up, down off their feet, okay? Now what we're going to use is what's labeled as the exploding force, and that's using the iron sand palm, okay? This hand position right in through here. In the Bubishi, you see the hand is just positioned like this, but the fingers are just slightly bent back. So I want to stretch those nerves out. By striking straight in, I can't do that. I twist at the last second. And again, you can cause a lot of physical dysfunction. Now, I just explained the front of the palm, okay, and how we can use that very well. It explodes forward. The back of the palm also explodes. To do this transfer, not only am I going to explode in with my hand coming outward, but I'm also going to give it a little bit of a twist coming down. And you can see just a little bit of a stifle. In the Bubishi, again, the hand position sort of looks like the iron bone thumb, but the hand is bent at the wrist just slightly. And the way the fingers are drawn in the book, you can see that the hand is actually flexed back. So almost like the feathers of a wing on a bird, you can see that they actually flay back. I want it to cause an internal effect. So what I need to do is drop down on this to send the energy along that neural pathway. Okay, by striking down, you can see you can cause incapacitation quite easily. All right, good. Now, if I strike both, you'll see that both knees or legs drop out from the person. The next hand position that's in the Bubishi is an old one you've seen in Hungar forms and some Walloon Kung Fu. Okay, it's a very well-known martial arts hand symbol. It's called the single blade of grass, and it's this finger right here. If I grabbed and rolled into this position here, I can get that transfer. I get a pulling action on the back of the nerve, on the back of the clavicle at stomach number 11, and I get a forward downward action onto the stomach 9 at the same time. If I just strike straight into a body or straight into a jaw with this, I'm probably going to hurt this finger or it's going to bend and mute the attack. What I need to do is get a little transference of energy, like a rotational energy coming down, okay, to get that energy transfer to work better. The last hand position I want to depict is what's called the blood pool hand, okay? Hand is bent at a 90-degree angle at the 4 fingers. But when I get in with this hand position, the individual spaces in the knuckles will actually form a knuckle or cause a knuckle to come up underneath and in back of that to target that nerve properly. By stroking down and coming up, I want to thank these gentlemen for coming from their respective countries. It's not easy to bring everybody together here because they do travel a long distance to get here. It's also it's a painful experience, and they've bravely put themselves forward so you could see the actual results instead of just having the theoretical approach to the Kyusho. They've gone through a lot of pain, dysfunction, and they've been training very hard and very long with me throughout this process, and I'd like to thank them very much. Not only for their willingness to help you learn this as well, but also for their courage in letting me work with them.